Yo, what's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to be doing bassamCTF 1 from VulnHub. This box is rated about solid easy. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so to get started, I'm actually going to open my terminals here. Let's just first start by splitting these. So I'm going to run a net discover minus R 10.0.0.1 for my gateway, minus I for my interface. I'm going to start at mmap scan, so I'm going to do minus SC, SV for enumeration, SV for enumeration, and we'll scan all ports on that IP. We do get VMware machine as 10.0.0.219. We can press enter on that. I'm going to do a netcat minus NV on port 80, so we don't have to wait for the mmap scan to be finished. We can press enter on this. It doesn't seem like we do anything, so we can do Control U to view the source code. We do get bassamCTF. So we can actually just copy this to our /etc. Okay, so we can vi into /etc hosts. Let's try to add the IP address, and also we'll just do 10.0.0.219. We'll tab this, and we can copy the bassamCTF. So we can right quit this. We can just cat this out and make sure everything's right. We do have our bassamCTF, right? So we can just visit this now. We do get bassamCTF, right? So now that we do have our bassamCTF, we can do Control U. It does show that we can. It just shows welcome to my blog. We can't scan for virtual hosts for this. Since I don't really see any other way of doing enumeration on here, we could run a nicto scan. So we're going to do GoBuster vhost. We'll do minus W for user share word list. Mine's under DNS top 1 million, right? We'll do minus U for the URL, HTTP. I can just copy this actually. We can just press enter on that. We do get a GC and also welcome.basam.ctf. If you wanted to, you could just Control C out of this. And I think you can grep this out. We can just grep, and it does only show 200s, right? We do have welcome basam.ctf. So let's try to visit our welcome.basam.ctf. The reason this doesn't work is because we don't have this under /etc. So we can just go into interactive mode, tab this, right quit out of that, refresh this, and we do get a welcome.basam.ctf, right? So we did have the welcome. Let's run a GoBuster now again. So we'll do GoBuster dir mode HTTP. We'll do user share word list dirbuster. We can do directory list 2.3 medium.txt. We'll specify the extensions that is HTML, txt, and also PHP. We do get an index.html, so let's start by visiting that. Actually, we don't need to visit that, but we'll do index.php. We do get a URL as seem to download something. Let's go to config.php. I'll just type it out. We can do Control U. Doesn't seem like we have anything, right? Let's check this right here. It seems like we can download an image. Let's do Control U. We do get a link here. Let's try to visit this link here. Okay, so it does seem like the request method has to be a post. So we can send this under burp and try to test for like a local file inclusion, since it is requesting for or getting a image, right? Okay, so let's try to test for local file inclusion on here. So we can just do 1, 2, 3, 4. We can do /etc password. We can download this and just get our password file. So we can open this, and we can see that there is /etc password file, right? You could run a bin/bash on here, so you can see the valid users. It does seem like we only have root and also a user named Cure, right? Send this under burp sweep. Let's turn our proxy on. go to burp sweep. We can go to next, start burp. Go to proxy, put this on a specific address. We can press download. Right here, this says URL encoded, so that's why it's doing that. We can send this to repeater. Press send, and you do see that we get our /etc, right? Password. It should work without being encoded too. So, and we still get the same result, right? You can also check your bytes to see if it's if anything extra was added right now. So right now it's added, it's 1,950. So let's try to visit our other files. We could visit we turn off burp. Pressing on that. So we could visit download files, right? So let's try to download a config.php. Downloading a config.php, we can open this. We do get a user and pass, which I would be guessing this would be for SSH. So doing a little bit of enumeration on the box, we can go under var www. We can go to ctf/config.php. Yeah, that's not gonna work. You only request files, so we can go to config.php. We can send this, and you see that we get the same result, right, as for the user and pass, right? And the same thing happens right here, right? And I believe the same thing would happen if you just URL encode this. I don't think you can URL encode it, but the same thing would happen, right? So now we can test those credentials for SSH for port 22. So we can do SSH as test 10.0.0. Was IP address 219 and test 123, and we do get login successful, and we are test, right? So we go under just our root directory or our directory. You will see that we do have a program as pass program. It does seem like this is a directory. So let's try to cd into this. Ls -la. We do have a decoder and a encoder. Okay, so let's try to run linpiece on here to see what we can find. We'll go under my prevesc, or no, we'll go under documents. We can go into prevesc, and let's download our linpiece. And we do have our linpiece.sh, so let's start a Python 3 server on here. We'll do 8080. So we are under pass program, so let's do wget http 10.0.0.0. This was 69, right? 8081, and we can get our linpiece.sh. So it doesn't seem like we can write. We can actually go under dev/shm. And we should be able to get our linpiece.sh, right? So we can do chmod +x for linpiece. Lin. And we can run a linpiece and output this to output.txt. So while it's running, I'm actually going to run SSH test at 10.0.0.219 test 123. So let's check under /home. Let's check out our test. Maybe we were under test, right? So it doesn't seem like we have anything under here. Can we go under these? It does seem like we can go under here. We do have test.sh. Test.sh. And this is being ran by root. So before we do any type of start looking to linpiece, let's go under var dub. We do have a CTF. See if there's anything under here. We do get a my secret password. Let's try to cat this out. Didn't seem like we have anything. Can we run a file command on here? Yeah, we can. So we can just run file. It seemed like this is ASCII text. We did have a decoder. So let's go under slash our past program. And we do have encoder and decoder. So I would be guessing this would be for decoder. Let's do ls-le for var dub html, or CTF actually. So we can do decoder slash var dub html or CTF, and let's try to decode my password, my secret password. And we do get a password as Kira 2003. So we can just copy this. Let's see if we can switch users to Kira. So we can clear this, switch users Kira. And we do get a login successful as Kira, right? So since we have a password, let's check out our sudo -l. It does seem like we can run home Kira test.sh. So we do have the test.sh here. So let's see if we can run a bash with this, since this is using, well, it's actually not going to run as Kira, it's going to run as bassam. If we check our /home, we do have a user as bassam, right? So we'll do sudo -u for the user. We'll do bassam. We'll run the kira.sh. We'll run a bash with this. Now if we do ID, we are bassam, right? So we can clear this. Let's do sudo -l. We do have home bassam down.sh. So let me ls-le. Let's make a persistent SSH connection with bassam. So we can do mkdir.ssh. pwd. Oh, we're not even under bassam. Yeah, so we don't have a SSH key under here, so we'll do mkdir for .ssh. Yeah, so we're under there. We could make, we can use SSH keygen to generate our key. So now we can cat our .ssh for id underscore rsa.public key, right? .pub. Let me just echo this on the screen. And we can output this to authorize keys, right? So now we can go back to our terminal. We are under .ssh. We can output that to there. So let's run a chmod 600 for authorized keys. And we do have the file there. So now we should be able to SSH into this. So we'll do SSH as bassam at 10.0.0.219. We'll do -i for .ssh. id underscore say dot, or not .pub, but let me go under my .ssh. Does it not seem like we got the SSH key right? Oh, this is supposed to be under underscore authorized keys. So now it should be renamed. Let's try this again. Yeah, there we go. So you can do 600 on authorized keys. And now we get a shell, right? Persistent SSH connection, right? So we can just close this out. So let's do sudo -l. Let me zoom in here. So it does show that we can run a root with no password for bassam down sh. So let's cat this path out. It does seem like this is curling. So let's try to use our v/etc/host. Let's copy it. Let's copy this command. So we do know that this is going to redirect to our my website.test. Good thing we don't need to enable SSL. So this is just running on a default Apache 2 web server, right? So let's go under there. We can go into interactive mode, go into my IP address 69. So let me just X out of this. We have 10.0.069, my website.test. We can right quit out of this. Let's do sudo -l again. So first of all, this is going to curl, right? So that means we can actually run we can actually start our Apache server, right? So let's do systemctl for start Apache 2. So now we can look at the status. I mean, do you see that this is active? So let me go under my cd/var www.html. So I have my, we are under var www.html. So now let's go to our IP address 10.0.069. We don't have any indexes because we have nothing under var www.html, right? So we can echo a script on here. So let's actually just touch a simple script.sh. Well, the reason I name it script.sh is because this is calling the script.sh script. So it needs to be the same name, right? So we'll go to pentest monkey. Let's go to reverse shell. So I'm going to be using this shell right here. And I can just echo this into the script.sh. So we'll just echo this into there. And we'll put this under script.sh, right? And we'll change the IP address. So we'll change this to 69 and also 55551 or 5551. So now we can VI into script.sh, and we do see that we have the IP address and also the port, right? So now I'm gonna start listener. I'll MVP. We'll do this on 5551. So we'll do netcat minus LMVP. We'll do 5551. So now we do have our listener running. So now we can run this as root. So we'll do sudo. We can run that. So now just get our ID. We are root. I'm not sure what this error is for. It doesn't seem like we can remove the temp. But once we do run it as root, sudo home bassam down.sh, we do get our shell. And there is our, doesn't seem like we have a root flag, but there is, we are root now, right? Well guys, that's pretty much in the video. I rate this box about a solid easy. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.